Hey everyone, how's it going? It's NADI and today we're going to be trying out the Lancome All Over Concealer. As you beautiful people know, any tip you may have, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Oh, my little sunshine buttercups, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world you're having a spiffy day so far. I myself am doing very good. I took a little bit of time off and the one day that I come back to film, it's very humid out and I have puffy hair. So we're gonna wear a hat, ain't nothing wrong with that. Anyways, after I tested out the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer, so many people suggested that I test out the Lancome concealer. I guess this is apparently like people's holy grail now. As I'm aging, I'm always on the hunt for a new concealer, one that looks natural, one that doesn't crease under my eyes, one that kind of makes it look like I'm just a little bit healthier. I'd rather put a product on than, you know, actually eat my vegetables. And so this came highly recommended, and if I remember correctly, when I ordered this had like 5 out of 5 stars, very good reviews. I did order this several weeks ago, so I don't really remember the deets on it. Hold on, let's go to Sephora. Oh crap, the bed. Okay, so I do this thing called Fake Spot. It's not always the most reliable, but it basically compiles all of the fake reviews, which they aren't necessarily fake, they're just paid. And basically people are just sent the product for free. They can be 100% honest, but a lot of times people do give a 5-star review without even testing the product. Even though Fake Spot marks them as fake, I do honestly trust a lot of the reviews, even if they do get it for free. But Sephora does give this almost 5 out of 5 stars, but when I put it in a Fake Spot, they say that there is a high deception level here. According to Fake Spot, this does have an F and it does have a half a star. When it comes to these more popular products and with Sephora, I just don't know who the hell to trust, so we're just gonna ignore that. But as I said, so many people recommended this. This does retail for $29. The shade range, I mean, just looking at Sephora's website, it doesn't look that great. I see a lot of light colors, a lot of medium-ish tones, and just a couple deep tones. Well, actually, it looks more like 3 medium deep tones and then 1 deep tone. It does look like they do go fairly light, but they totally could have launched so many more shades. Like, I've seen brands do way better. Any freaking who, I guess this is hydrating, but still matte. I don't know how they do that. We'll see. It's full coverage. It's good with dark circles, fine lines, and wrinkles. I love to hear that because daddy's getting those. And they say it's very long wearing. They keep reiterating that it is super crease proof, so we're gonna put that to the test. But I guess this is just a product that does it all. You can conceal and highlight, you can color correct, you can contour. On Sephora's website, they don't say the best method of application. Maybe the directions say. No, they don't. So maybe we'll try a brush and maybe a moistened sponge. Oh no, we'll see. But I ended up getting 3 shades. We have 215 Buff, 260 Bisque, and 110 Ivory. I was out of town for a week, so I did happen to get a little bit of sun. Hopefully one of these will match me. Here's Ivory. We probably won't be using that one. Then here is 215. That might be okay. Ooh, that looks pretty yellow. Or peach, I don't know. On camera it looks yellow, but in person it definitely does have a peachy undertone to it. I don't know, we'll play around and see. But props on the packaging. This actually does feel pretty good quality. It does look a little bit like a Wet n Wild product, but it has a nice weight to it. It has a little gold embossing right there. It looks and feels like a $30 product. Like, not super luxurious, but definitely not cheap. And because I'm really not doing shit today, which, what's new? When I do my wear test, I think I'll do no makeup on this side and just wear the concealer and maybe a little bit of powder, and then on this side I will go in with my foundation and concealer to see how they play. I do kind of miss doing like full ass glam looks, but I also do want to put it to the test for the people who don't like to glam up and who just wear a little bit of squee. Anymore, I'm one of those people. I used to wear like a CC cream on the daily and a little bit of concealer. Now I might wear some concealer. Honestly, I couldn't give 2 shits what I look like anymore. Gotta be comfortable in your skin, honey. Anyways, I have primed and prepped my face with some Laura Mercier hydrating primer. I don't know where it went. Literally just had it and I've already lost it. But I've exfoliated and washed my face. I have a touch of maskne right there, so we'll see if this actually does conceal. I do see on the back of this that you can either spot conceal or you can like really go in ham. And I don't know where old YouTuber NADI went, but I just do not like caking concealer on anymore. It doesn't look good on my skin. Anytime I do anybody's makeup, it never looks good on their skin either. I'm pretty sure using a YouTuber amount of concealer only looks good if you use a filter or you have like perfect skin, which I do not. Okay, I'm gonna shut my ass up. Let's zoom in. Hi. See, now that I do look at this, I wonder if I should spot conceal with this one. It does not match me, but I know that this one is gonna be too light and the Ivory is definitely way out of my color range. Oh, I don't know. I wonder if maybe I should mix them. I'm gonna try spot concealing this little guy with a 260. There we go. Ooh, that's a cool little wand. Oh, and she's very flexible. She's done her yoga today. Look at that. I like that. It's very nice. It kind of looks like a misshapen Q-tip. All right, my loves, here we go. We'll put a little bloopy. Oh, what is that around there? Hold on, I think a little bit of primer got caught around the edges of my little face demon. Okay, there we go. And one bloopy right there. Ooh, not my color. But maybe it'll be a little bit better of a match once we blend it out. This is so freaking much. Oh, there's cat hair all over me. Oh my goodness, damn, prepare yourself better, NADI. Okay, let me start by tapping this out and we'll see how she blends out. Here we go, just like that. Ooh, yeah, okay, definitely not my correct color, although once I start blending it upwards towards my eye where the redness isn't, it doesn't look too terrible. It's not the kind of coverage that you'd get with like a pot concealer. I can still see the redness right there. Just where my little bloopy is, it kind of concealed around it and then just slid right off my little acne. So yeah, I don't know that this is the kind that you should put over acne because it's really not doing much, but I honestly don't usually have acne that I have to cover up and like spot conceal, so I'm not exactly certain if there's like a method to do it. My specialty is more with like dark circles under the eyes because she always has them. But usually when I do have to conceal acne, it's with a pot style concealer that's super thick that like you have to warm up in your fingers. So just for shits, let me go in with 215 over that and let me try tapping it out with a brush. Maybe that'll help. I don't know if my finger just like wiped it away. I'll bop that right there. Oh yeah, that's too light too. I think the other one was definitely a better shade match. Neither of them are like my color, but we'll work with it. We'll just lightly tap that out with a fluffy brush. Yeah, okay, so for me, the concealer's just sliding off of it. It's staying around my little bit of acne, but it doesn't want to stay on the acne itself and do any kind of concealing. So yeah, that is a little bit disappointing, but again, I'm not a pro with covering acne, so I could be fucking this up completely. But around the skin where it's blended out, it does look very, very nice. A little bit drying, but that might just be because I put quite a bit on. So let's try this under the eye where for me it really matters the most. I'm gonna wipe the excess off. Let's put a few little bloops right there. And we can start with this. Ooh, that blends out very nicely. It kind of disappeared though. Well, no, I do think this side looks the slightest bit healthier. I think maybe I just need a little bit more, but I actually don't mind this color. Oh gosh, it got on my pants. I did like this applicator at first, but I don't really care for it because when you pull it out, there's like a little ridge on the end of it that kind of collects product. And when you pull it out, like a lot of product comes out. It's not something that makes me say like, fuck this, but just be careful when you're gonna open it. And this time I'm gonna spread it around a little bit. Oh my goodness, yeah. And then I did dot a few of 215 on there too because it does look really dark. I actually think that it's oxidizing a little bit, or I think it is. I can't quite tell though. Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. That definitely does oxidize. I don't know if it's the primer or what it is. It really doesn't look that bad, but it did get a tiny bit more orangey, a little bit more yellowy, but it actually matches the rest of my face. So it's not giving me a highlight. It's just doing a good job at balancing my face and concealing. But with the amount that I just added, which I feel is way more than I would normally add, like I kind of went in heavy, it still looks beautiful on my skin. It's not like cakey, it's not overdone. Like you can still see a little bit of purple under there, so it is more natural seeming. It looks like a second skin. It is creasing right underneath my eye though, so let me kind of tap this in. It might just need a second to dry down, or it might need powder. I have no idea. But as far as looking natural, like a second skin, I absolutely think it does. Like I think that's gorgeous. I wouldn't say that this is full coverage. I would say it's maybe like medium coverage because I can still see all of my flaws. I can still see the purple under my eyes. I can still see all my little freckles. For someone who is looking for a little bit healthier of a look, so far I'm really digging this. And I could see how this would be a good highlighter and a good contour because it seems to blend out into your natural skin pretty well. Like it's not so full coverage that you can see a line where it stopped blending out. It just faded into pretty much nothing. I like that. What do you think? Can you tell the difference between the sides? This side has nothing. This side has quite a few drops. It is creasing underneath my eyes though. When I go like that, it does the little tiger stripe thing where it catches. I'm almost tempted to go in with one more little drop of this lighter one just to try to melt that, and hopefully that'll get rid of a little bit of the creasing and stripiness, and then I'll immediately set it with some powder. So I'll put a few little bloopies right there. This is the only part that it's creasing in. Really, it's not even that bad. Ooh, okay, so this is kind of just going over the creases that it already built up. It didn't do what I wanted it to, so I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of powder and set it into into place. The creasing honestly is not that bad. Like, I would still use this. Oh my god, that was a lot of powder. Shit. Normally I would go in with the Laura Mercier powder, but a lot of people are commenting on my videos saying that they tried it and it dries them the hell out. I don't really have that problem for some reason, even though I do kind of have drier skin. There's something about the Laura Mercier powder for me that just adds like a blurring effect. So instead I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Loose powder. Whew, this smells like, baby powder. And then vanilla? It's not bad, it just, we can lightly dust that powder away, and how do we look? Ooh, that's actually very, very pretty, even with a little bit of creasing. I think at this point in my life, the tiny creases right underneath my eyes where concealers always catch, that's kind of unavoidable. I don't really think that this concealer aged me like a lot of concealers do. It is very smooth under there. Again, I don't really feel as though this is super full coverage, which I don't necessarily mind. It looks natural, it looks beautiful, it looks like a second skin. I totally get why people recommended this to me, like, thank you. I personally am still gonna stick to my comment earlier that if you're gonna spot conceal with this, you probably aren't gonna get the results that you're wanting. But as for looking a little bit healthier underneath the eyes, I do think it does a good job. So let's try this side with a little bit of foundation. I have to find one that actually matches me, and that's me acting like any foundation has ever matched me. Let's go in with this Dior Backstage. Again, not gonna match me, but bless her, she tries. And just like all foundation lately, I am gonna go in pretty sparingly with this. I used to cake this shit on and go through so many bottles, but honestly, it's prettier when you do go in more sparingly. Oh, I haven't used this in a while. I forgot that this had a smell too. Do you know what? This might actually be a better color match than I thought. You go, Glen Coco. And there we go. We have a nice, very, very minimal coverage. Again, this is kind of like a second skin, so I think that this will probably pair very, very well with this. I know that I probably got so many people hooked on the Dior Backstage. I still love it, but if you're looking for a less expensive dupe, the Maybelline Fit Me, oh my gosh, it is so good. So I'm going to mix these two darker shades that I have. We'll go in with a few little bloopies right here, kind of highlight the forehead, and then a few drops of the lighter shade in between. And on this side, I'm gonna go in with a wet sponge that's moistened with some setting spray. I do really like the way this looks with the brush, and I don't not like the way it looks with this, but I actually think it looked better using this thing. So hold on, let me kind of fluff it out. I mean, yeah, both applications do look pretty good, but this one for me is giving me more of an airbrushed look. That could be the setting spray that I moistened the sponge with, but I do use it quite often and I don't really have many issues. But really, I think either method would work. You could probably even use like one of those round poof poofs and have it look magical. It kind of seems like one of those products where you could probably blend it out using a fucking cinder block and it would still look great, but my sponge did soak up a little bit, so I'm just gonna take a little bit more right there and ever so lightly just stipple that in. I'm gonna try not to show too much expression so that I can powder this and set it into place before she creases. Oh god, I think I got sunburn on my nose. It's like super red right there, so we'll place a little bit right there too. Otherwise, this looks absolutely beautiful. Still, not the most coverage ever. You can still see my little flaws right there. My freckles still kind of show up, but this side definitely looks way more airbrushed, way more porcelain. Not necessarily natural because like nobody looks like this. But as far as products playing together, these fuck hard and they fuck good. Like they know what they're doing. I am starting to see a crease up though, so let me take a little bit more powder and we'll just place that right under there. I'll kind of go on my forehead with this. Actually, I'm gonna take this everywhere because I did put that foundation on and it'll just melt off my face if I don't set it. It's just one of those kinds of days. I have never worn makeup in like hot weather. I have no idea how people do that because just under all these studio lights, it melts off. So like, I can't imagine what the sun would do. This, I think, looks so pretty. I dare say better than my ABH did, which since I reviewed this has been my holy grail. I think we found another one. These do actually have a lot of the same ingredients in the same order, so that's interesting. But I still think this actually looks a bit prettier. But who knows, my skin changes on the daily, so it could just be today that it looks pretty. I guess we'll see as the day goes during the wear time test how this wears. It is slightly accentuating my under eye wrinkles, wrinkles, which I think is just something that I have to come to terms with. On this side, it's not doing the little tiger stripe thing, which is good to know. This side definitely has more wrinkles because I sleep on this side. So I have like a 30-year-old face here and then like a 35-year-old face over here. And honestly, both sides do look pretty damn good. What do you think? Yes? No? Does it look dry? Does it look cakey? I don't think so, but you might be seeing something completely different than I am. Like I always say, and I'm sure it's really freaking annoying at this point, make sure to turn your resolution all the way up. We film in like 4K or HD or something obnoxiously high, and you can see every detail on my skin. We have no secrets here. I really do think this looks good. I don't even mind the color. Like with this foundation, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like it's off. I'll probably only end up keeping 215. This one just seemed a little bit too yellow for me. It definitely did oxidize. I think the lightest shade that I got probably would be too light, so we did find a good little middle ground here. Once I lose my tan, this should match me pretty well. And now that Michigan's sun is quickly turning into clouds, I think that I probably won't have a tan much longer, so it worked out perfect. Anyways, my beautiful loves, here we are. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and I will see you at the end of it in just a second. Hello. Okay, so I know I said I'd check in at the end of the day, but I wanted to show you what this looks like in natural light. I dare say it actually looks even better than with my magical studio lights. Like, look at this. It does not have the most coverage, like I've said a million times. It just has like enough coverage to make you look a little bit healthier. I think in this light, I can definitely tell that it's not my correct shade. It might honestly just be because this side has foundation and you can see the color difference from where there isn't any foundation. But like, it just looks so freaking pretty. Here, I'll step out of the light so it's more realistic. Does this side not look heavenly? So stinking pretty. Then here, I have a little half bath downstairs. Say hi to my llama mama. I think I called her Cindy. I can't remember. Anyway, she's fabulous and she knows it. But this is what it looks like under like yellowy homey lights. It still looks beautiful. I like how natural this side looks. Don't love the color. Again, I can see in my little screen here that there's yellow under there. In my mirror, it doesn't look that bad, but I know that if I were taking pictures or anything, you would definitely see a yellow stripe under there. So I need to work on getting my correct shade. But on this side with the Dior, the whole thing is yellow. So I don't mind that under here is yellow too. But doesn't it look just fan-freaking-tastic? I am pleased as a pickled nipple. I love this. Okay, now love chops, I will see you at the end of the day. Ooh, all right, we're back. Oh my goodness, it has been so many hours and I just looked in the mirror back down in the bathroom and this still looks freaking amazing. Let's see how she looks really close. Okay. Well, I think the creasing may have gotten a little bit worse on this side, but like looking in my monitor, it doesn't really look that different. I do see right in this area a little bit of oxidization. I wasn't quite sure if it really did oxidize, but I'm like 90% sure that it did. I don't really know why it would have done that. It seems like whenever I use this more hydrating primer, products that could oxidize always do. So maybe it's an ingrediente in this, I have no idea. But as far as wearability, holy freaking shit. I did see that the packaging said this is like 24-hour wear. I don't really recommend wearing makeup for 24 hours, but you never know, you might have to. And this seems like one that you actually could. Like so many products claim that you can wear it for 24 hours and after like an 8-hour day, it looks like hell on your face. But it has been several hours now, and to me, this almost looks the exact same. This side, I guess, does look a little bit more creasy, but when I pull my skin down, it still isn't caught in it. I think it's just my skin. Oh, I don't want to get old. Or no, I don't mind getting old. I just don't want to get wrinkles. I don't know why. I earned those wrinkles, damn it. But it's been quite a while since I've been like truly impressed with a concealer. I've just kind of accepted how concealers look on my skin, and I think this is outstanding. I think there's good and I think there's bad to it, so let's go over that. The bad is that it does kind of accentuate my wrinkles. Because it is so matte, even though they say it's hydrating, it is slightly drying, and adding a powder over that doesn't really help anything. However, if I don't add a powder, I did see that it creased. So for me, this is probably the best that it would get. But other than the coverage not being totally full like they claim, that's really the only issue that I have with it. I think that even if you do have heavier wrinkles, it really won't look that bad on your skin. It'll look way better than several other products would. I don't have my glasses on, so I have to get like super close. And when I do get super close, I am seeing that it is starting to go missing inside my little lines. Like when I go like that, there's stripes of just missing product. But I think maybe if you immediately set it with powder and not kind of dick around like what I did, you might be okay. Because like, it doesn't feel like it's moving. It feels very set into place. Nothing comes off on my hands. But even after several hours of wearing this, if that's the worst that happens, which really isn't even that bad, like I didn't even see it at first, that's pretty damn good. So I'm still holding true to me saying that I love this. I think it blends out very smoothly, very effortlessly. It gives a nice natural finish to the skin. It does seem to color correct very nicely. It doesn't necessarily spot conceal quite as nicely as I'd hoped, but I wasn't fully expecting it to, just because it does seem like a thinner formula. But I actually like that it isn't so full coverage, because to me that makes it more versatile. I can use it on no makeup days. Which side is that? This side? Wait, no, this side? Yes. Okay, so I can use it on days when I just want to look a little bit healthier, a little bit refreshed. Or maybe if I'm using a higher coverage foundation, I could apply that under my eyes and then highlight with this and it would still be beautiful. I just really like this. Do I think it's worth the $30 price tag? I think that if you're a full coverage hoe and you'd have to build this up, then I don't think it would be, because you would have to go in either with a couple layers or really paint that shit on. This to me isn't a concealer for like beating a face. This is a concealer for a more natural, maybe a more mature audience, or maybe just somebody who doesn't need full freaking coverage. So for me, I do think it's worth the price because it's at that perfect middle line of where it's not super full coverage, but it does have a good bit of coverage to it. Do I recommend it? I honestly do. It probably won't work for absolutely everyone out there. I could see this being a little bit temperamental if you do have dry or textured skin. But I think if you go in using a good moisturizer and using a great setting powder and maybe even a good setting spray, this could work for you. Shit, that's what I forgot to use, a setting spray. I don't think this really needed a setting spray. Usually when I apply a setting spray, it does kind of take away a little bit of the coverage, and I liked this amount of coverage. So yeah, you could use a setting spray with this, but I don't really think it needed it. Now that we're at the end of the day, let me actually spray some on and see what it looks like. Ooh. Also, this is the Luscious Spellbinder Makeup Setting Mist with pineapple juice, rose water, and honeysuckle. You know me, I put the suck in honeysuckle. To me, that didn't necessarily do much of anything. That didn't really hinder it at all, but for me, I do see a little bit more purple under there now. For some reason, all setting sprays just melt the coverage away. I don't know if other people have that problem, but I don't typically use a setting spray because of that reason, unless I have a lot of powder that I've set on my face and I need to melt it. But I really do think that this shit would last you all day, even without a setting spray. This could be like a lifelong holy grail. I think it's beautiful. I can't wait to use this again with like a full glam look. Like even where I do have drier skin around my nose, it looks magnificent. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks like my skin. Shit, I like this. It's been a while since I've had a holy grail Lancome product, so this is exciting. Actually, I don't know if I've ever had a holy grail Lancome product. So anyways, little blueberry muffins, thank you so much for being here. I love having you. This was fun. I love testing concealers and foundations lately. It's just, oh, it is my shit now. Anyways, babies, y'all know my spiel. If you'd like to support me and my channel just a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early. You get Patreon only content. Plus, best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, will be available again soon at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialNADI, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!